What is up, comic book fans? It is not our Monday show, but it might make it.
Hey, what's up? So we are joined today for the Creator Spotlight, the amazing Gerimi Burleigh. How you doing, man?
Good. You hear
Can
me
you
okay?
hear me yet? Oh, good.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can hear you
We have-
perfectly.
Okay. We had a few issues with the audio before the show started, so
I
yeah,
blame
we're
Matt, as usual.
yeah,
I blame
probably.
Matt.
Yeah. It's usually my fault.
Probably Matt.
I'm the new bug magnet.
Almost always.
Oh, wait a minute. See,
Yeah.
Here's the crazy thing. So I can see and hear you perfectly. I don't get Fry at all.
Oh,
I don't know if Fry is still. I don't know if he's still there or not. I got nothing. It's so strange.
Go figure,
You have
right?
no
Can't get a
idea how
break on
lucky
this
you
one.
are.
Poor guy. Boy,
I
on
miss
his
his
end, that
dulcet
stream
tones.
just got a lot less handsome. You know? I mean, dang.
Fry's over there talking crap if you can't hear.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't get any video or audio on Fry at all. I see the square where he should be, but I got nothing. So,
Ask him
Yeah,
to
he
drop off
keeps
and join
talking
back
about
up,
how
Matt.
I'm the pretty one, so it all works.
well, that's true. That's true.
There's a whole
What
bunch
are
of
you gonna
people
do?
watching this, so quit screwing around. Have him drop off and join us back up.
Now he's yelling at me. He's saying if you can drop off real quick and then jump back on.
Yeah, sure. I will do so.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, Toxic says,
Gotta
shot
love-
3 minutes late. I know, Toxic. I am blaming Matt for this.
So
Technical
Toxic,
issues
what
are
time
going
is it
to
in the UK?
The Toxic in the UK? I can't remember.
Yeah. I believe he in an earlier video he said he was in the UK.
Oh, I see. Toxic was trying to talk some smack, and then we went live right when he left a comment. Wow, Toxic. Thanks for the love. Oh, then
What's up,
backpedals
Toxic?
with how's it going? I see how it is. Jeez. You know, I believe that Toxic's shirt, I believe a label got put on a package for Toxic today.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
sure,
heard.
it got sent out.
I heard something about that
Mm-hmm.
in our many chat channels. So
Yeah. Hey, Rose says, good morning from the UK. What's up, Rose? I missed you,
hey, what's
Rose.
up, Rose?
Says, hello, Jeremy, where's your twin? 2 a.m. Jeremy's twin? Is that you? Who's the twin for Jeremy?
I don't know.
I'm just confused. Blue One himself on Twitch says, good evening. Evening good. Eode evening. I'm getting good at pronouncing stuff that I can't read. I'm
I
making this
still
work.
have trouble with that. I'm like, what the hell?
I am making it
person
work.
trying to say?
Okay. We're doing great, Blue. Looks like Jeremy might have returned. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes.
Hey,
All right, we're back in business.
I felt terrible. I felt terrible for you. I was telling Matt that this stream got a lot less handsome as soon as my stuff freezed on you.
Oh.
I mean,
You know what? Honestly, it took me a second longer to log back in because this time I said, you know what? Let me quit my browser real quick and restart that as opposed to just jumping in and out. And I think that's what, something has to be restarted whenever you're having tech. It's always the answer. Just shut it down.
oh yeah,
that'll happen.
that or kick
Yeah.
it.
Will happen.
Yeah. Dark City was right.
So normally, Jeremy, as you're aware, we go through, we ask you a bunch of questions, stuff like that, but we've already done that with you. And
Yeah.
so I want to have some fun on this one.
Oh, no.
I
You know
want to
what?
I want to get ridiculous.
That was going to be me dramatically turning all the lights out like I disappeared, but then I realized my iPad is giving me the dramatic underlighting. This one actually be cooler.
Actually, it works pretty well, to be honest
Da,
with you. Plus, you got the backlight coming through the window. This is great. Oh, geez, chat's going pretty quick here. Let's see here. Toxic says, "Oh yeah, I can't wait for it." Well, it's on the way. There's a chance tonight to win another shirt, a Morningstar one, like the one that we are wearing.
Woo!
So proudly. Plus, I don't know, Jeremy, would you like to let them know on what else they might be able to win tonight?
Well, there are two of my books available on Crypto Comics. My series Morningstar and my standalone graphic novel Eye of the Gods, and we've got copies of each of those to give away, folks. Physical copies of the books.
Oh
Old
yeah.
school.
And I believe
Paper.
they're signed as well, right?
You know what? I meant to send them out unsigned, but my hand has a mind of its own, and it was just like,
Dude, I love it. I love
You
it.
can be a jerk.
That's
I need
awesome.
to treat people right.
No, I was looking at it and I was like, I'm pretty sure that this is signed. Wait a minute, did you call me a jerk?
No, my hand called me a jerk. My hand's like, you know what? I'll treat people right. You need to go do whatever I'm going to give people the love. Drawing hand is here to give the love. This guy,
Okay.
jerk. Drawing hand, love y'all. Drawing hand is like,
So is that just the drawing hand that makes the heart, or with both of them?
he needs his sidekick.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Got you. So your left hand would be the partner in crime then.
Exactly.
Got it.
The Robin.
Got it.
All right.
Let's see in chat. Amy Fraser on Facebook says, "Yay!" With an
Hey,
exclamation
Amy.
mark. I guess it's yay the way I said it, but it sounds about right. Doc says we're about 5 minutes into the stream and throwing shade quick. It's what we do. I get to have fun on this one.
It is. It is.
Because Jeremy here is like one of my favorite creators of all time, and it's just too much fun. So I have to.
Well,
Let me see.
I think you call me the shade magnet.
The shade magnet. We can do that. I'm hurry up and change your username in Crypto Comics real quick to be shade magnet. Jeremy, is the sign for the twins in the zodiac or star signs? Oh, Rose is getting right into it. Right on.
Oh, do you think of Gemini? Which my name is Jeremy, and it's a really weird spelling. When most people see it, they think it's Gemini, but it's spelled Gerimi. But it's just Jeremy, like the Pearl Jam song. Nothing to do with the zodiac. My parents just, I don't know. They knew that I was gonna be a creative type, so they said, let's just give him a weird spelling. Or they
Jeremy
anticipate
doesn't
that
even have a zodiac sign. He actually wasn't born. He was wished into existence, and no one knows the date.
Aw.
So he actually doesn't even have a zodiac sign. That's what I heard. I think I saw it on
Immaculate
Wikipedia.
conception.
There you go. Yep.
Oh my God.
A lightning bolt comes through the ceiling. Stream ended.
I mean, it would be kind of fitting with your books, though, if that was the end.
Quite true.
You know what I mean?
Quite true. Yeah. I can think of worse ways to go out.
That means, Amy, you're going to have to hold on to one of those copies of Morningstar for me and let me get it slabbed, just because that value,
the value would go
up
through the
if we
roof.
have footage of that ending. Yeah. Let's see. Toxic says, I feel bad for winning, but I really want to win that. Don't feel bad for winning. There's a lot of people that have won multiple shirts. People. That's why we change our shirts up. That way, it's something new each time. Amy says Fry is major fangirling right now. Yes, he is.
Yeah. Anytime we have a
Yes, he
creator,
is.
Fry begins to fangirl. Now with Jeremy,
That's not
it's
true.
Times
It's-
10. No,
Yeah.
it is.
Jeremy's
No, but
one
you know
of
what?
like
It
the-
is. With Jeremy, like I just said, it's times 10. You know.
Jeremy's one
Creators
of those
love the love. I'm grateful to have my company enjoyed by people. All I can say is thank you, and thank you and bless you. That's all I can say.
He says that now, but during conventions, he's like, if I sign this, will you just leave? And I'm like, maybe.
One does not
Can you
preclude
sign
the
it twice?
Yeah.
So, you think this is? You should have seen him when he met Tony Todd. That was funny. He actually squealed. So.
Oh, I did. Bad. That was pretty bad. That dude is
I
huge,
think I would
though.
have to.
Like, I'm a large man. Like, me and Matt here,
So am
we're
I.
large people. And Tony Todd had to crouch over to do a selfie with me. And I was like, oh, this is so great. Rose says, if you look
My
at your
daughter's got
subscribers,
the picture. It's
32.
funny.
Thank you, Rose. Jesse Hansen on Facebook says, hey, guys. What's up, Jesse?
Hey, what's up, Jesse?
caught Jesse's stream earlier. He was doing some inks on some pages. It was looking pretty rad. I was only able to sit on it for a minute, but it was looking pretty cool. Speaking of which, I want to go into something that I would just like this to be known. If anyone is wondering why Crypto Comics might be slowing down the marketing progress just a little bit this last week, it's because I made the mistake of looking up Gerimi here's YouTube. And I have got to say, like, these videos that you are putting together are so good. It is.
Oh yeah.
It is breaking me. Like, every time I watch a video, instead of it being like, oh, you could get better at this because you're such like a positive person, you know, you're like, oh, this is what I like to do and this is a great way to doing it. Like, I watch it and it's just constantly I hear your voice and it's like, you are terrible, Fry. Oh! You have been doing this wrong the entire time. And so then I'm like, okay, I gotta watch the next video. So then I go to the next one and I'm like, oh man, I've been drawing this wrong too. Like what was the best one here? Like everything. The figure drawing though was really, this one was hurting my feelings pretty bad. Like the cross contours right here. This was, I don't know if the audio is going to come through on the stream, but holy crap. And then here's what's really cool. And Matt, I don't know if you had a chance to do this. You can go back
I've watched 6
years and see how Gerimi used to draw. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, wait a minute. And so I'm watching like an old video and then I go to a newer one where he's on his iPad and then I'm going back to the old one. And then he's like talking about how you should ink a certain way so that people can scan it and Photoshop it. And I'm just like, oh, this is so great. It's just, this series is amazing. So if anybody in the chat has a chance to check it out, I'm going to throw a link in right now because it is badass.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is the proper link. I think this is the link we got handed. Oh man, I probably should have clicked that link before I just posted that.
Well, you know, I do some affiliate marketing for Pornhub, so sometimes my stuff will just redirect over there. So that I'm sure that's fine.
Oh, with our viewers,
that's
it's
fine.
gonna be,
Oh boy,
it'll probably be fine. They'll all probably be like, hey, I've already favorited this one. Great. Let's see here. Jesse Hanson on chat says wrapped up chess 3 today. Yeah, that's the video I think I was watching today that you were working on. That was pretty badass, Jesse. I like watching you draw as well. Zolik in chat says cause of cow. I think it's always because of cow. But then he says, oh, never mind. However, I'm gonna run with the idea that yes, it's probably because of cow. Jesse says I'm gonna have to watch. Post here. Hopefully I just posted the right one. I still haven't had a chance to test that. I probably should do that right now. Zolik says, this man, I'll subscribe. Definitely do. Gerimi here does badass work.
Well, thank you.
One of those creators, like, I mean, so let's see. You do your covers, you do your artwork, you do your writing, you do your lettering, you do your inking, you do your colors, you do your marketing, you do your promotions, you do your booths, which is how we met, and then yeah, he still has time to send me love letters for some reason. It's crazy.
So have you ever considered like have you ever considered like bringing on an assistant or something? Because dang, you are busy, man.
I really should have an assistant. The truth is, one, I'm a control freak. Two, I believe that people should be properly compensated for their creative work. I know a lot of times in indie comics, somebody wants you to come on and work for them because you're working for exposure, or you know this project will be good for you. You know, just or it'll be a chance for you to test out your work. I generally believe that collaborators. I mean, having somebody who's working as an assistant, assistant should be properly compensated. Definitely. Lures, inkers, colorists, other people, editorial should be compensated as well when it comes to working on comics. And for me, the fact that I don't have anyone else working on it is more of that I don't have the budget for it. If I had a higher revenue, I mean, not to get too much into the nuts and bolts of the business side, but if I had a higher revenue for the work I had already, the idea is just thinking, scraping up as much as I can on my own until I have a certain baseline of revenue that I can start pouring back into other elements of the business, i.e. bring on other people to help me so I can produce work faster. Because right now, the fact that I'm only able to finish like one issue of a comic per year, I would much rather be publishing like quarterly. I think quarterly is probably the fastest someone can expect while they still have a day job.
Yeah.
Because even people that work full time, work on a bi-monthly schedule. You look at somebody like Terry Moore, he's drawing his ass off. But it's just like him and his wife, who's the publisher, working on all of their stuff. So even with a still having help with it, a bi-monthly schedule is tough. So I think it's something down the road. Yes, I would like to have more people helping me, more people doing other things. I'd like to have the budget to bring on people to do like guest covers and do like variant cover, not like Marvel or DC level variant cover, just like one each issue, having a friend, being able to pay them their cover rate and say, yeah, come on, do a cover for me. I'm pay you your rate for it, but just to switch it up. So yes.
Okay.
All right. Toxic is asking in chat. The real question is, what are you eating and drinking to stay awake? Because it's always different.
I am constantly sipping. This is just water, because I actually get really bad dry mouth from talking so much, because
vodka will do that.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference. But I drink a lot of water. I actually have limited myself now to just 1 cup of coffee a day. I used to have 2 cups a day. But the problem is that I have difficulty staying awake during the day, but I have difficulty falling asleep at night. And 2 cups of coffee a day wasn't helping with that. So now what I try to do is just make it as close to lunchtime as possible and have 1 cup to kind of carry me through the afternoon. So water, coffee, yeah. Not as entertaining an answer as one would like. But you can tell that the coffee I had today is wearing off, because now I'm just giving the general I have a cup of coffee at 11 o'clock and I drink about 2 bottles of water. I like to have a bran muffin. I'm falling into my general energy. This is me actually, I think, at low energy. So when I'm hyped, when I'm hyped, it's irritating. People are just like,
you should see him at a convention. At a convention, this dude's like 600 words a second. I'm like, oh, so are you the artist on this book? And no, just drew it. And I'm like, oh yes, I like it. It was great.
Well, I'll if I don't get it all out quick, I'm gonna lose it. It slips right out. It just slips out of the brain. If I have something that's worth repeating to other people and sharing with other human beings, I gotta get it out quick. So otherwise, it's just.
Jesse Hansen on Facebook says, you should hit me up sometimes. Cornerstone Creative Studios specialize in helping people do just that.
All right, cool. I will keep you guys in the loop. Thank you. Keep you guys.
I believe that Jesse said earlier that he had subscribed to you too. So thank you, Jesse. Very cool of you.
Yes, thank you.
Says, I love it. I asked the question. Everyone pulls out their drink and conveniently takes a sip. It was a reminder. We have to stay hydrated.
Oh yeah. It's the dog days of summer.
There it is. I'm dying to heat.
Yeah, unlike
like 100 degrees
unlike
here.
Jeremy here. I've had 3 cups of coffee, so I'm a little anxious. Well, yeah.
Man, we don't want to go into how many cups of coffee I drink a day, man. That one.
See, I'll actually get like acid reflux if I drink like more than 3 cups. It actually is like my stomach just feel like it's on fire, and I'm like, oh no, can't. What's horrible is if I have to have more than 2 cups, I usually just switch to Red Bull, which is even worse.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't bother my stomach.
See, Fry, when he gets going on coffee, he'll be drinking coffee at the last videos that we're doing in the night. He's like, oh, I gotta go get more coffee. I'm like, oh God, no, because I know that I'm gonna get messages on Skype at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Be like, hey, I finished this and this and this. It's like, oh, dude, I'm trying to sleep, man.
Things get done, okay?
You don't have that I set my phone to go to Do Not Disturb after 10 p.m. So, like my parents, other than like my immediate family, if anyone else calls after that, it just goes to voicemail. So because I gotta just shut everything down. Like the big problem I have is I have to stop drawing. I try to stop by 10. Sometimes I end up going to 11. But the thing is, the act of making stuff, even if I'm exhausted, it winds up my brain in a positive way. The engine is running hot. And I can't go straight from drawing to sleep. Even if I'm exhausted, let's say I stay up to like 1 a.m. drawing, if I just try to go directly to bed, I'm just going to sit there and my brain's going to be thinking about line weights and shapes and forms. It's going to be thinking about the things I didn't finish on that page and stuff I'd like to change. So what I usually have to do is I need to force myself to stop at least 1, if not 2 hours before I plan to go to bed, and then just read for a little while. Just let my brain mellow out. Like, a little bit, brush my teeth, floss, do the, take care of self, hug the wife, play with the cat, and then just sit down with a book for a little while. Just let my brain stop rabbiting. Just let it just
makes sense. I wonder how many hours Jared has to take before he goes to bed.
Does he go to bed? Does he sleep?
No, he doesn't. He's got like 6 jobs. Each full time. So yeah.
Ongoing joke. Like our chat will jump in and they'll be like, "Oh my god, what kind of is he on?" Just because that dude can run at 160% nonstop. But I've seen him sleep in a hotel room, and even then, he's just like, "No, I want to sleep on the floor." He like grabs a towel and just goes like Clint Eastwood with it. We're like, "All right, man, we're going to the hot tub later."
Well, I think that I admire the Spartan way of life, even though I don't want to live it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, you do you. I think that's awesome. I'm going to be in the massage bed or in the hot tub.
Right. There you go.
Oh, yeah. See, I'm the kind of guy, man, I'll go to the hotel. I'll bring my own pillow and stuff like that, right?
He does.
Yeah, I do.
It's those like really long, like woo pillows that you see with like
the body pillow.
No.
Down the whole thing.
No, it's not a body pillow. It's a latex foam pillow.
Oh, okay.
Just because it's made for the king size bed doesn't mean it's a body pillow. That's like a foot shorter. Okay.
See, what's funny is my wife and I we actually have 2 body pillows because the problem is we both toss and turn at night. So if we're curled up together, we keep waking each other up. So what we do is we have our 2 body pillows, and our body pillows are pressed against each other, and then we basically lay across the body pillows and kind of like, it's almost like we're reaching over, like, like in Titanic, when Jack is falling into the water, and Kate Winslet is there, and she's holding his hands. We're like, basically, we have the body pillows between us, and we're like reaching around and hugging each other around the body pillows, and then each of us has our legs over the body pillow with like our knees pressed together. It's like we're having a body pillow foursome. It's really, really inappropriate. Except it's just pillows, so it's okay. But it's weird. So I think you can file that under TMI. But that's how we sleep. So that's our pillow situation.
A note for Crypto Comics marketing team: if we're going to send anything to Jeremy, make it a body pillowcase.
Yes. You know what? My wife would really appreciate that.
We'll send you a body pillow case with like my face on it, so you'll never sleep again.
What?
I hate to tell you, but honestly, if that happened, we would just turn the pillowcase inside out. Because I won't be laying on your face.
I wouldn't.
It damn sure my wife
I'd leave it out in the living room just to freak people out when they come over. They're like, what the hell is this? It's my pillow, man.
Put it in the front yard like a scarecrow.
Yeah, there you go. This has got to be probably the weirdest interview we've done so far.
I told you.
I find that surprising and challenging. I don't know. I think you guys have done weirder. We'd have to go back into the archives.
That's true. We can always keep working on it.
Always up. See, I like your attitude. That's why the Crypto Comics team are winners. Always
so
stepping
Jeff Anthony
up.
on Facebook says, the live stream I did last night ran 6 hours. Didn't even go to bed. Went into inking to waking my son up for school. I think every artist has been there at least once in life, though.
Oh,
you
yeah.
get focused on something you're working on, then all of a sudden you look around and you're like, oh, crap, it's time for work.
Yep.
Well, part of that is that I'm in my 40s now, and I'm like, I don't do all-nighters anymore. I'm like, I'm too old for this.
It hurts. It hurts, man.
I mean, there's something about getting older in life where you realize you can't run your body ragged the way you used to. And, not to get woo-woo, but self-care is what really becomes important. Like, I know artists who developed back problems from hunching over the drawing table, or, they've got, they have to stop drawing, so they're developing tendinitis. They've got repetitive stress syndrome in their wrist or their arm. All these physical things. People getting like I actually even started having sciatic problems just from being in a seated position so much, to the point where I have to get up and walk multiple times throughout the workday. Like back when people were going into the office at my day job, I used to once an hour take a break from my desk, and I would just walk out the front door, walk around the building, and then just walk back up to my desk. But it was literally the fact that if you sit at a table and just sitting there, it'll wreck your spine and your hips. And I even standing desk, so I can switch between standing for an hour and sitting for an hour.
Nice.
You can't take care of your body. Yeah, the human body was not built to sit in a cubicle 8 to 10 to 12 hours a day. It wasn't built for that. It will kill you slowly, but it'll kill you. Especially if you're guzzling Mountain Dew the whole time.
Oh, yeah. When we first started Crypto Comics and I started writing the blogs and stuff, I did a couple of blog articles about how, you got to get up, you got to move around, here's some good exercises. And Jared looks at me, he's like, ain't nobody want to read this crap. I'm like, trust me, it will save your life. Whatever, man. But, yeah. So I hear you.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'm getting the first giveaway ready right now, guys.
Oh,
I say
you want to do
fun,
trivia?
Let's just go all out. No, I think this one, what we're going to do is we're going to do it right in the chat. That way anybody watching live has a chance to win. So directions are going to pop up in the chat and on the screen right now. First person to comment, hashtag Gerimi Burleigh wins a Morningstar shirt. Go. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, first off, they're going to have to figure out how to spell my name, which is murder on autocorrect. So that you may have given people...
It's in the chat, so...
It's right there. They can copy and paste if they want to be lazy.
I was going to say that, but I actually think it's far more entertaining if people literally have to just type, repeat, trying to do it. Because, but the nice thing is, once you get it in there, then my phone thinks you're always trying to say that, hey, Toxic!
Yep, it looks like Toxic was the first.
There we go.
There's another shirt, Toxic. Ooh, and Jesse was right on it too. Jesse was like, wait,
so close.
All right, we're gonna do more, Jesse. Just hold out. Just hold out, man. All right, hold on. Let me add. I think I have Toxic in our giveaway doc. Give me 1 second to verify that. I'm positive we do. I just want to make sure it's still in the doc. Dun, 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 dun.
Toxic, aren't you in the UK?
Is it? Oh, wait a minute. Toxic says, if I did win, please give me to someone else. How large are you, Toxic? Shipping is really expensive on a human being right now.
But I'm bummed.
Hey, we were just talking about sending you
see
something,
where you're going with that.
Jeremy. I mean, we'll just send you Toxic.
Hey, you get an assistant now.
Well, there we go. There we go.
Let me see here. Yep. Okay. So Toxic, I do have you in. Let me real quick. Oh, never mind. Holy crap! Somebody else is in the dock and faster than me.
Woo!
Woo! All right. Toxic says, "Give it to Jesse, please." But Amy is our logistics coordinator. Amy says Jesse gets one too. So let's do that. We'll do one for both of them. We'll do one for both Jesse and one for Toxic.
So love.
And Jesse, I know I've got your info in here, so let me make sure we're good there. Guys, you don't have to delay.
So I gotta. These are some of the coolest shirts I've seen. So I'm loving them.
You know what? It's funny. I completely forgot to sport mine today. I really should have, so we'd all be twinsies.
What's funny is I usually get mad at Matt if he's wearing the same shirt as me. I'm like, what are you doing, man? I know you got like 14 of those. You're making it look like we only
got like 20. So
I do not have 20. Zuck says, I say give it to Toxic and Jesse. I think that's what we're doing. When Amy speaks, we listen. That's the way that works.
That's smart.
Matt Langston on Facebook says, look at that good-looking Han Solo Andrew Fry. Yeah.
So, dude, you really got to stop paying people to make comments about you.
You know what? Don't say that on the live stream, or people are going to know that it costs me good money for that.
He's not paying money. They're bots.
Oh, okay.
Toxic says, see, I want to win the comic now. So now I'm going to feel really bad if I try and win. Oh. I see how it is.
No, exactly the opposite. You gave of yourself to others, and hopefully you will be rewarded with that. But you gave it out of a giving spirit, you know.
Yeah, I think what Toxic is getting at is, oh crap, I just disqualified myself on getting that comic book I wanted.
Well, oh yes, by getting one as opposed to.
Don't worry, Toxic. We'll make sure you're hooked up, man. Either way. Either way. All right. So speaking of that hashtag, let's see. What's your Twitter?
Oh, it is Gerimi B. At
Gerimi B or just nope, it's just /Gerimi. So twitter.com/Gerimi. It's in the chat right now. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at
I don't even know what my own Twitter handle is. All right, cool.
This is you, right?
It's gonna be a bunch of comic gifs, and it probably is.
Oh, are there good ones? Do we have anything funny?
Oh, my gifs are not. You're gonna be so bored. They're not amusing at all. What I do is I take screenshots of my comic pages as I'm working on them, and then I just make it's because I don't necessarily have time to make time-lapse videos for every single thing I work on. So I just shoot in-progress shots, and I'll just stitch 5 or 10 images together. That way, just every day or every few days, whenever I'm working on stuff, I can just let people see, yeah, I'm making a little bit of progress, working on a page here,
that's a great idea.
this, laying this out, and just share whatever I did that day.
Are you just using Procreate to generate that GIF out?
Not Procreate. No, I actually use this. What is the name of this app? It's called IMG Play. So it's just an app, and I've got it on my iPad and on my phone. Because sometimes, if I'm working traditionally, I'm taking pictures with my phone. If I'm working digitally, I just take screenshots on the iPad. And but either way, just compile them together. And the nice thing is that it can also take them and convert the GIFs to video on depending on what platform you're on, because you can post I don't think you can post GIFs on Facebook, or he doesn't play them with the animation, so you can post a video of it instead.
Good call. Yeah, this is cool, man.
Is that a tribute to Black Panther or Chadwick Boseman or
the time lapse of the mask? Yes.
Cool. I am going to give that a heart. I do not heart very many things on Twitter, I will have you know. So that's like a medal.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate
that. That's really
that.
cool. I dig that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of fun stuff on here. Let's see. Yeah, don't ever screen share and go through my social media. It's gets a little rough.
Oh.
Yeah.
Normally, I won't even open your Facebook because I have to have my Facebook open to do it. So I won't even open like creators.
Yeah, it goes nuts and all over the place.
I have some very, very twisted friends. You know what I mean? Like we'd be right in the middle of a stream, and I'd get like, some kind of animation of like, somebody loading a midget into a cannon or something, and I'd be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, everybody."
Yeah, there was one time he sent me a screenshot from his Facebook, like, "Hey, look at this comment somebody made," and like right above it, there's like 3 of his friends' profile pictures, and they're all like asses. I'm like, "Oh, okay."
I'll have you know, I think that was actually an ad for taco underwear for women. But again, I don't know why Facebook pops that kind of stuff up for me. You know what I mean?
Like, they know you and they know your audience. They know who's following.
Yeah. So. It must be. They're like, this guy likes these, so let's see here. Matt Langston on Facebook says, "That's my older brother Matt. I have to kiss butt." Anyway, I don't know, Langston, if you were on earlier, but we were talking about the fangirling with oh my gosh, the name just escaped me. With Tony Todd. Yeah, yes. We were talking about that earlier on the stream. It was pretty funny. Matt was there for that. Matt was a part of it, an integral part. Rose Kirby says, "If you look at a picture, can you draw it from memory?"
Nope.
Ooh.
I'm a reference guy, meaning I need to have the reference up while I'm doing it. I do not have even anything remotely close to a photographic memory. Even when I'm looking at a picture, I usually have to draw something through. I am a process person. Well, let me start with this. I'm actually not that good of an artist. I'm able to make
I beg to differ, pictures.
Man. Hear me out.
He's like, I've been paying my wife to draw all this stuff on my iPad in the kitchen this whole time.
Keen Comics. No.
There you go.
I do believe that I'm able to make artwork that I'm proud of, that I think is good artwork. But I'm one of those people for whom, and this is why I try to keep a really positive attitude on my YouTube channel. Everything that I draw comes from hard work. I think that I'm like maybe 10% talent is generous. I'm maybe 5% talent and 95% hard work. Something that should be a simple portrait of someone or a landscape or character design, whatever it is, I tend to, I'll draw it once and it's way off. Then I draw it a second time, it's a little bit closer. Then I do a bunch of thumbnails and work out the things that aren't right, and then it's closer. And then I'm drawing some stuff and I'm like, well, I just need some reference for this hand or this piece of costuming because it doesn't look right, and I'll go and I'll get that. So I'm somebody who, I do believe the final product is something that's good, but none of it comes from me being a quote-unquote good artist. It's all me working to get there. So that question just of, if I look at something from memory, can I draw it? I'm all, no. I have to go through so much. If you give me a photo of something and say, can you do a drawing of this? I have to go through a lot to make it a good drawing. And it's one of the reasons why I really cut back on doing commissions at conventions, because I always felt like, even if the person who is happy with who bought the commission is happy with, they're like, "This is so cool, thank you, I'm glad you did this for me. I really appreciate it." I have to sit there and say, "Well, thank you. I'm glad you like it. I'm really happy." In my mind, I'm just eating my heart, and I'm just like, "It's horrible," but you can't say that to a person because they're showing gratitude for something that you made, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for their gratitude, but in my heart, I feel like I want everything. I look at all the cool artwork that the other creators do. I look at all the artists around me in Art Cell, and I look at the people who can sit down and just do a masterpiece while they're having a conversation with somebody at the convention. It just flows out of their pen, and they can do it in 20 minutes. Whereas,
I have
3 hours
seen
later,
you do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say
your booth as you did that.
Hey, not just that. Last Wednesday he did.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, "Oh, I don't know, I'm not that great of an artist," and then you look at his book and you're like, "Yeah."
That's one of my favorite pages right there.
I know.
With that
right?
kid and just the bug eyes, that's one of my all-time favorite pages, just basically in comics. That picture right there.
That would be a really rad print.
Oh yeah,
that would be a super cool print.
Yeah, it's for some reason it's only showing up as a black screen on mine. Is it the one where the kid's got the blood splattering on his face when he's being held by the?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yes, that is a favorite. You know, I could make that a print out of that.
Dibs.
All right, done.
Yeah, really.
On the first one.
I literally am making a note because I will forget these kind of things. So.
Toxic says Jeremy's chatting some bullshit. Sorry.
You know what? Well, it's all a matter of perspective. Because I think I look at other artists who poo-poo their talent and say they're modest. Like, no, I'm not really that good. Like when you hear like I don't know. I'm trying to think of somebody who's super dope who really like downplays their talent.
Jeremy Burleigh.
You're too kind. Somebody like.
There are 4 people that I have fangirled at booths at. 4 creators. 4. And I'm known as like the fangirl in this company. But there are 4. There are 4 that I legit just like would not leave. There's you, which is how we met. There's Mike On, who does Out of Order, because that book was just so rad. And that was at the same convention that I met you at, actually. At
Amazing Las Vegas,
in Vegas, yeah.
That was the one I couldn't make it to. I was so disappointed.
Yeah. And then, let's see. Who else? Chad Harden. I fangirled like crazy on him because he's Chad Harden. You know, I'm like, oh my God, you're one of my favorite artists ever. Oh my God. And he's like, oh, hi, how are you? You know, and I'm like, oh my God, you're talking to me. You know what I mean? But yeah. And then, like, yeah, you sitting here saying like, oh, I'm not good at art. I just do it like 700 times. Like, come on. Like, you're pretty badass, man.
That is kind of you to say. I appreciate it. I think that the attitude that I have is more of I'm thinking about like the all-time greats. I'm thinking about Will Eisner. I'm thinking about Walt Simonson. I'm thinking about Frank Miller. I'm thinking about John Byrne. And as much as somebody who really, really likes my work, you wouldn't put me in the category of those people.
Yeah, I would.
Well, all I can say is thank you. That's nuts, but thank you. I mean, I look at guys like Guy Davis or David Mack or Bill Sienkiewicz. I look at those people. Those are the people I think about when I'm thinking about my work, and it's not comparison-itis, like I as a human being am worthless if my work isn't as good as theirs. It's just me looking at their work and the craft and the skill they bring to it, and I just say, this is the measurement for the best work out there. And it's not that I'm not going to be happy if I don't do the best work. I've accepted that. It's okay that I'm not in that caliber, but it's a North Star to reach for.
Well, there's a North Star comment for you. Matt Langston on Facebook says, also keep doing what you do, Jeremy. Your art makes a difference because of your imagination and drawings. It keeps us adults feeling like kids again. Much appreciation for you guys at Crypto Comics. You guys gave me comics I never thought I could ever have. Keep the dream alive. Thanks, Langston.
Thanks.
You know,
Thanks, Langston.
It's kind of true. I've read so many like Batman and Superman stuff that like I pick up a book and I pretty much know exactly what's going to happen on page 3. You know, it's just the same format over and over again. And then, man, I pick up Eye of the Gods, and that I expected one thing out of it from talking with you. You know, kind of the general story. I expected more of like it's going to be a supernatural kind of thing. And I start reading it, and I'm like, I have no idea what's going to happen next. And it's been a long time since something like that. You know, I love the fact that I don't know what's coming.
Toxic on YouTube says, I called third dibs.
All right. I'm definitely going to get that print up in the store.
But then also goes on to say, see, if Chris Evans says that he's a bad Captain America, I'd say nah, and I'd laugh. But Jeremy's saying that he's bad at drawing. I spit out my drink, pop my pants, and look at God to ask why people lie.
I'm going to assume he meant poop your pants, but
maybe.
Hey, yeah,
autocorrect.
You never know on this channel, but
let us. Perhaps we should rephrase, as opposed to saying that I'm a bad artist. Let's say that I'm not a talented artist. I can make good art, but the good art comes from hard work. Talent really is just as people who you look at them and I don't think of myself as somebody who has this supernaturally alien skill to make beautiful work. Like one of my favorite quotes about art is from Michelangelo, and he said that if people saw how much work went into each of his sculptures and his paintings, they saw how much effort it took, they wouldn't be nearly as impressed with the results.
The thing is, though, Jeremy, is that you aren't just doing the drawings. That's what's incredible about, like, each one of your books. I mean, it's you. It's everything. I think you had, was it 6? I think you had a guest artist on 6, right?
I had it was issue 5. I had my cover layout was done by my friend Jesse Tovis, and it was funny because he saw me in a live stream working on a version of that cover, and it was sort of like an homage to Frazetta's Death Dealer, except with like angels and a black horse with guns and like Lucifer's head and a severed head and a satchel. So it was the concept was badass, but I was just struggling with the execution, and the puzzle was coming out well. Jesse's a good buddy of mine, so you have to watch my live stream, and then just on his own, he just went and did a rough sketch of, like, I think this is what you're going for. And and he had emailed me to that on the side, and I just said, dude, just can I use that and then just give you credit for it? So I actually put on there, so it's like the cover is signed with like Jeremy on the cover, and it says plus, Jesse Toves, and then I reprinted his sketch in the back of it. So yeah, but I mean, he's a super talented guy. He's a guy who, in addition to being a fellow comic creator, he also is a visual effects artist. He animated all the Cylons on Battlestar Galactica and Caprica.
Oh wow!
So he is an amazing, freakishly super talented guy.
Yeah, these books are so cool.
Oh yeah,
that's the cover. The Morningstar, the Death Dealer cover. So. Yeah,
and once again, just so everybody's aware, this stream might not be safe for work. Forgot to say that until I flipped through 6th page there. Whoops.
Well, you know what? There might be a boob here and a there, but it's something you wouldn't see in a museum. It's not like I'm making penthouse. Well, there's nothing, but there's nothing you see in a penthouse. Nothing you see in a penthouse comic.
Well, never mind. So
I forgot about that page too.
I flipped right to it, and I was like, "Shit, go!" All right, we're 50 minutes into it. Matt, you want to take the honors on this one? Let's give away one of the books.
Okay. Should we do some trivia on it?
Ooh, I like it.
Okay. Oh, trivia. What? Let me see. Okay. Anybody who can jump in on chat and let us know what Jeremy's first comic was.
Oh, damn it. I would have got this so fast. Wait a minute. Which book are we giving away? Are we going to give away one that if we say the comic's name, we are going to give away an answer? Or...
I say, let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Toxic says, can I enter? Yes, of course.
Yes.
You can win 12 times, man. We're not going to mind it. It's fun for us.
Makes it easier. We just one box. Here you go.
Everybody else in chat right now is like, what the hell, guys? No.
Son of a bitch.
All right. Still, nobody's answered it yet.
What is up with this, guys? Come on. I expected better from our chat.
We have actually mentioned it a few times, and it is on Crypto Comics.
Yeah?
I mean, I've already shown the cover of it on this stream as a thumbnail. Like it's everybody's like running through it, trying to find like his Instagram account or something right now. Like, oh no.
There's a body part in the name.
Yep. And on the cover, I swear to God, is Gerimi.
I 100%.
Thank you, Amy. She's like, no spoilers.
Amy's sitting there holding it right now, like, come on. Oh, Rose Kirby on YouTube says first book Morningstar. Nope, it wasn't.
Oh no.
Toxic says, can I guess and say Morningstar issue 1? You can, but you're
wrong.
You know what though?
Huh.
I'm going to clarify the question. It is a graphic novel, not a first comic book.
Yes,
that might be tripping some people up, and that might be why Morningstar has popped up twice here. Or because
that one, it's a pretty long one too. It's what was it, 140
pages? Yeah, 144 pages.
It's such a quick read though. Like I was surprised. Like I usually, I'll take my time with the comics and stuff like that, but the story is so compelling that I was like, oh, it's 100 and something pages. This, I'm gonna have to sit down some actual time. Like 5 minutes later, I'm like, that was a good. Holy shit!
You know what's funny? I'm trying to remember whether it was Elmore Leonard, but there was some writer, a pulp crime writer, whose best writing advice was leave out the boring parts.
Okay.
So
that makes sense. Yeah.
I try to do that. The story I felt was fast paced enough that you never would get bored. That's something I try to take in all of my writings. I'll tell you, on the writing side, one of the hardest parts is to write quiet moments that would have the same level of intensity, not necessarily intensity, but that are as captivating as an action scene or a chase scene. To have people just having a deep, intimate, personal conversation and have their feel to be really drawn in, and you're like, you can't wait to hear what the next words coming out of this person's mouth is, and where's this conversation going, what are they going to say, and how's it going to affect the other person. Creating that sense of drama with just two people talking, to me it feels like it's 10 times harder than just someone trying to not get killed. But
I agree.
There is no number 2. That's just it's hard. It's hard, but it's interesting.
I'm always like writing the comic and I'll pass it off to the artist and I'm like, I don't know if that's gonna be enough or anything. So, you have to add even more to it. It's like, oh, did I go over the top? And so trying to do that when you're not the artist.
Was this question too hard for people? Like, Rose Kirby on YouTube says Spotlight. It wasn't called Spotlight.
Nope, that's this video that we're doing right now.
Toxic says, I see a lot of Mad Hatter. I told you people are going to be on your Instagram. I told you.
Okay, should we...
Is that your Instagram that you have all the Mad Hatter? I think it's either Instagram or your YouTube. One of the two, yeah.
See, I remember seeing a lot of the Pennywise on there. So I was like, oh, cool. Okay, should we pick a different question?
You're gonna love this, Matt. When Gerimi posted the Mad Hatter, I sent him a message and I was like, "Look, this is gonna sound really weird, but when we're at conventions, I'm always walking around with my iPad." And he's like, "Okay," and I was like, "How would you Would you mind if I take this image and I throw a Crypto Comics logo in the corner so that while I'm walking around with it, people pay attention?" And he's like, "No, do you want like the original version?" Yes.
Wait, was that when you first met him?
No, this is after we had been talking for a while. Yeah, it's been a long while. Because this was only I only finished those pieces at the beginning of this year. Why don't we why don't we have people fill in the blank? How about that?
Fill in the blank.
So the book is called Blank of the Gods.
Okay, blank of the gods. But right when you said that, Joe Frazier on Facebook says, give them more time rather than a new question, in my honest opinion.
Oh, well, I already screwed that pooch.
You got to be faster with the comments, Joe. You got to be faster with the comments. Speaking of Joe, though, what's funny here is, and he's going to hate me for this story, maybe not. I don't know. But so we meet Gerimi down in Vegas, and Joe bought the first copy of Morningstar from him at his booth. I think that he bought a couple other books, but I can't say the name of them because one's a question. But it was so funny because that night we go back to the house, we're eating, and all of a sudden, oh wait, sorry, Rose on YouTube says Battle of the Gods.
No. Oh.
It's on Crypto Comics. So if you actually go on Crypto Comics
Yep.
and look at my page on Crypto Comics, you'll find it there.
Yep.
You'll see all the Morningstar, and then you'll see.
Then you'll see Morningstar and the answer.
Yep.
Oh yes, yeah, Toxic got it.
Toxic got it.
Yes.
We're doing this secondary hint. Dang, Toxic, I'm sorry, I missed your comment there. That is correct. Congratulations, Toxic. You've got a comic book coming. Or
signed
graphic novel.
comic.
Let's see.
Yes.
Nice. That's cool. The good thing he messaged this. Did I not say it?
Actually, we replied to Joe, and then we went back to riffing and stopped watching the chat.
Joe says, way to go, Toxic. And Toxic says, I'm not going to enter anymore for about 1 hour. I don't know how long this stream will go, so you might not want to stick with that. You might want to try to win the collection. But yeah, so Joe bought the copy of Morningstar 1. And we eat dinner, and I'm walking through the hallway of this house, and all of a sudden Joe just bursts out of this door to the room that he was staying in, and he's just like, Fry, stop what you're doing. He's like, you have to look at this book. And I was like, yeah, I bought one too. And he's like, no, you've got to read it. And he's like, and he just starts going through, and this was like the worst person I've ever seen with spoilers. He literally listed out every page of what happens in this book in his excitement. And I'm like, yo, like, I hate spoilers. Why would you do that to me? And he's like, you don't understand. He's like, first thing in the morning, we are going directly in, and we're just going to go right to Jeremy's booth. And I was like, cool, you don't got to tell me twice. And you can ask Gerimi. The next day, he walked into his booth, and there I am standing there. Hi. My boss will fire me if I don't get you to sign up right now.
It was really a pity sign up. But then I'm like, oh wait, these crypto guys are pretty cool. You're making some cool comics available to people. So I'm like, all right, it's worth it.
Like, all right, I'll give him a chance this time. And here we are, 2 years later, and you're regretting every moment. You're welcome. I'm just kidding.
No, that's really humbling, and it's kind of you guys to say. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Toxic says, well, it's 3 a.m., so I might fall asleep. You hear that, everybody else? You might have a chance of winning. So, Rose Kirby on YouTube says, unable to see much now. Probably because it's really late there. I think where Rose is at is what I think she's getting at. She's probably getting pretty tired. But thank you for always jumping on our streams, Rose. Very cool.
Yeah. It's been a blast. Now, if I remember right, Rose actually started jumping on the streams ever since the fandom, right?
Mm-hmm. And we got to figure out if we're going to do another one of those because they're having another event on the 16th.
DC.
And this book right here is actually the one that Toxic just won.
Yes.
And Toxic says, hey, don't make me feel bad, please. No, do not ever feel bad if you win something that we're giving away, man. That's exactly why we're doing it.
We want you to read the book. We want you to have it.
See? Right there from the guy that made it telling you that he wants you to have it. So now you can't feel bad and you don't have a choice.
So this page, Fry, go back. Yeah, this page right here, it kind of threw me off when I was on Crypto Comics and I was reading it. And all of a sudden I get to this page and I was like, I didn't think we were putting ads in the comics. And then, like, I didn't even realize that it was an ad for what they were actually talking about in the comic. So I was like, what the hell?
Well, that was me. I'm just trying to be meta, and the fact of putting in like the website for.
Yeah.
I mean, like I'm a big fan of comic books that have that like Howard Chaykin. There's a lot of like political ads in American Flag, stuff like David Mack's Kabuki, his comic book. There's a lot of things where you get like a sense of like the things that exist within the world. So I just thought, like, let me just put like the web page for the company that makes this technology where they clone your. For people who don't know, the whole idea is that there's a technology in the future where they're able to clone your eyeballs, so that instead of getting contacts or LASIK surgery, they sample your DNA, they grow your new eyeballs, they genetically modify it so it'll be resistant to the effects of aging. You don't have to worry about ultraviolet radiation with the sun. You can get it customized, so instead of having cool leopard contacts, you just have leopard eyes. So that's what people do in the future. And the main character, Sean, has this procedure as a replacement for his eyes. He's very tentative about it because he's an artist, and if something went wrong, even though it's something that so many people have done, it's as common as getting a root canal, he's still nervous about it because if something went wrong, then he's blind. He can't see. His moneymaker's gone, but not just that, his connection to the world, the thing he's excited about, is gone. So he goes, he has a procedure, and it seems to go just fine until he starts having visions.
Yes. That was cool. And the way the visions were done is so awesome, where you kind of blurred it, and it was very, very cool.
Yeah.
See, there's that page.
So neat.
And so once I actually figured out that, it's the vision, so it's being blurred, that's when it was, it made a lot more sense. So I did really enjoy that. So
Cool.
I was just like, what's going on? Yeah.
Some people told me at first they thought they were having like, am I having eye problems or something? What's happening with this? Like, why is it blurry all of a sudden?
Yeah, they were all talking about the eyes and stuff, and I get to that page and I'm like, what's going on here?
Our developer,
that's the vision.
Like, so the book got uploaded into the system. The developer didn't have a chance to actually read it. He was just like flipping through it, make sure that his uploader code was all working correctly. And so he hits me up and he's like, I don't know what happened, man. Like, the uploader just screwed up a bunch of pages. I don't know how to convert this. It's saying that the page information's accurate. And I'm like, well, what book? And he says this one. And I just started laughing. I was like, it's blurry, right? And he's like, yeah, like half of them. I can't figure it out. That was so great.
Well, that's a test case.
Yeah. So Toxic says, okay, now I can't feel bad. The guy with the literal heart of gold says it's good. Actually, funny story. That's how he got the idea for Gods, was he had a heart transplant, and he's got a golden heart. Yeah.
If I did, I'd probably sell that. What can I get on the market for that?
Yeah. Comics are tough right now, everybody. Who wants to buy a heart of gold? Jesse Hansen says, gotta go for now, guys. Peace out. See you, Jesse. Thanks for joining us, man.
You know what?
Sure.
Can I tell you? I may not get around to it for a year or longer. That's going to be another print. You're going to see that. Someone's selling their heart of gold.
Probably.
I mean, that's another thing. People ask all the time, where do writers and artists get their ideas from? And ideas are everywhere. I mean, where do artists get... Here's the thing. Where do ideas come from? Well, ideas are just thoughts. And if you've never practiced meditation before... Anyone who has ever practiced meditation knows it's like, try to not think. Just try it. Try it and see what happens. Right. You can't not think. So ideas are just...
I perfected it. I've been able to talk and not think at all. Ask my dad. He'll tell you.
I'll back him up on this statement.
Oh, God.
So I do got to ask, you're so creative, you're just talking about where all the ideas come from. Your comics are very dark, and I love that. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love that. And when you joined me Wednesday, it was
dark,
kind of H.P. Lovecraft a little bit, with turning Hades and into. It was so crazy. I loved it. Where does that come from? Like, did you grow up loving kind of the dark side of things, or is it?
That's a good question. Yes.
Is there a stack of Tales from the Crypt down by your feet right now? Is that what's going on?
You know what? I wish I have a bunch of the EC comics on my my iPad. I just haven't had time to. I'm too busy making stuff to have time to really sit down and read and enjoy them. But in answer to that question, I continue to have an overactive imagination. I always did as a child. As a kid, I hated horror movies. A commercial for like the Friday the 13th movies would come on, and you hear that the minute that starts and you hear the music, I would leave the room. As a little kid, like I've got 2 older brothers, my whole family would be in the living room watching TV, family night, whatever's on. I get up, I leave the room. I go to the bathroom, I go upstairs, I don't care. I cannot look at that. I didn't watch Nightmare on Elm Street until I was in high school. I think actually the first horror movie I ever watched of my own free will was Lost Boys.
Ooh, good show, though. But speaking of commercial, there is now a link for Jeremy's store on store.envy.com.
Oh, so. Yeah, please check it out. I've got a bunch of other... there's a bunch of other beautiful, creepy prints for you guys to check out. But yeah, that's actually one of the things I lean into is trying to draw beautiful things in a horrible way, horrible things in a beautiful way. But to tie back into the earlier question, I think for most people, for kids who are afraid of the dark and have an overactive imagination, like I slept with the light on at night until I was in about 5th grade. And at a certain point, you realize growing up as a kid that it's ridiculous to be scared of everything, but yet you still have that fear. So my slow descent into horror was a matter of self-affirmation and trying to take control of my life. I wanted to understand what I was afraid of.
Please tell me what this one was then.
That's actually one of the prints that I purchased. It's still on its way. I keep getting notifications from UPS.
You know what? Wait, because I definitely got picked up. Did they at least say on the tracking number that's on the way?
Yeah, it said the tracking. Okay, it's a weird thing with the UPS. It said that it was picked up like 4 months ago.
What?
I was like, no, I just ordered it. Like I just ordered it.
Right, shipping right now is all over the place. We've noticed that even with our stuff that we're shipping out to people that are winning. We had some people that literally got their stuff like the next day. And I was like, that can't even be possible. There's no way it could have traveled that quickly, but they did. They had it and they were posting up pictures on Twitter. And then other people that waited like 2 months that we expected it would take like 3 or 4 days to get to. Like shipping is all over the place. Rose on YouTube says, is it saying that Big Brother is always watching you? The eyes. My eyesight is bad. I don't see that good, and that's why I love podcasts.
Well, the book, the cover to Eye of the Gods is supposed to be a metaphor for literally drowning in the vision of others, because he can't control when and where he has these visions. So in him, like in this sea of eyeballs, he's trying to like pull out of it, and he's trying to get out. It's like it's literally the vision of other people. And quick origin story of where that particular comic came from. And I grew up having bad vision. You know, I was wearing glasses from like 3rd grade on. I mean, I've worn contacts. I've had LASIK surgery as an adult. But as a kid, I always had bad vision. And I remember I was thinking about the idea of maybe getting LASIK surgery, like in the late 90s when it was becoming more popular, more affordable. But I just, the idea, the anxiety of doing that and something going wrong and not being able to see, that's where that anxiety that the main character has. But I was in a doctor's office, and I was going for an eye exam. And so they bring me into the office, they dilate my pupils, they send me back out into the lobby to wait 15 minutes while my pupils are dilating. Like most comic book fans, I'm an inveterate reader. I have to be reading something at all times. If I'm sitting by myself, I mean, usually I'm sketching. But if I'm not sketching, I'm reading something. So I am sitting there in the waiting room waiting for 15 minutes. So without my glasses, which I already normally have horrible vision, and my eyes are slowly dilating. So I've got a magazine this close to my face, trying to read it while I'm waiting. But here's where the origin of Eye of the Gods came from. That magazine was Newsweek. And the cover story was about Dolly, the first cloned sheep. So scientists had actually cloned this animal. And I'm sitting there reading this article, and I think to myself, they can clone a whole sheep? They can clone me some damn eyes then.
Yeah.
That is the origin of Eye of the Gods.
Oh, nice.
Right there. That's it.
That's cool. Toxic on YouTube says, "Oh, the memories being scared of the dark. 7 years of being shit scared and running to my bed pretending that it was my safe haven." I'm gonna just clarify: at 39, you can still do that, and it's perfectly acceptable.
Yeah.
So I gotta say, when I was a little kid, I remember my sister decided to buy me a good guy doll.
Oh.
So it's sitting on my bed, and she waited till I'm just a little kid. She waited about a week or so. She's like, "You like the doll?" Yeah, it's a nice doll. Then she showed me Child's Play.
Oh, that's just evil. That's evil.
Wow, that's like.
So that was my introduction to horror movies, and the light stayed on at night for the next 3 years.
There's a certain level of hell for some actions like that, man. That's messed up.
Well, I mean, in general, most of the work that I create tends to be on the dark side and horror inspired, and I think a lot of that, for me, it's personal therapy. Like, you can tell from my conversations that I'm a pretty upbeat guy. I like to joke. I like to have fun. All of us, as human beings, we've got anxiety. We have difficulties. We have drama. We have problems. We have things in our life that make us unhappy. And it's not that facing them and dealing with other human beings and just being able to talk is necessarily a bad thing. But using this artwork as a cathartic experience. And I think that's true both for creators and for people who like to read horror movies and read horror novels, enjoy horror art, go watch horror movies, all of that. People who enjoy that dark art, I think that the connection is not necessarily, a lot of people see people and think, oh, they're freaks, they're into perverse stuff, they're Satan worshipers, what have you. And no, it is a way to safely process the existential horror of life.
Great way of putting that. I like that.
Well, thanks. So,
thanks.
No, I generally mean that. No, I was trying to, because I was just thinking of if there was any more of a button to put on it, but it's just that my body of work. People who see my artwork first and then meet me at a convention. Well, here's the thing. People who meet my artwork first and then see me at a convention, they're almost a little bit disappointed at how boring and normal I am. Like and they're like, you're nerdier than I thought you'd be, and you're goofy. That's it. No, you're goofier than I thought you would be. That, in fact, that's going to be my epitaph. He was goofier than they thought he would be. That's going to be on my tombstone.
So real quick, Rose on Facebook says, "So none of you got scared of Doctor Who, ever hid behind a pillow?"
Not of Doctor Who. I didn't get into Doctor Who till I was older.
Yeah, Doctor Who wasn't as big here in the States as it was in the UK. I mean,
not till more recently.
Yeah, now it really is, but. What were you going to say, Jeremy?
No, I was just going to say, I got into it in terms of the reboot when Chris Eccleston first came on as Doctor Who. That was like, I had seen the old Doctor Who. I forget the name of the actor who wore the scarf, but I remember seeing that on public television when I was a kid. Tom Baker. I know Whovians out there are burning me to effigy right now. Yes, I forgot the name. I brain farted on Tom Baker. I apologize humbly, but I remember seeing the Tom Baker Doctor Who when I was a kid. But it was a same kind of scary, like Jim Henson's The Dark Crystal because those Skeksis are scary looking.
Yeah.
Or if you guys remember, do you guys remember Land of the Lost?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, the old thing. Yeah, the creature that they always fought, those lizard creatures, the Slee Stack, like that kind. It was horror, but it was adventure horror that was safe for kids, and that's kind of how I felt about Doctor Who. Like I didn't really find them terrifying. I didn't find the Daleks terrifying. To be honest, I only find the Daleks terrifying now as an adult in terms of on an existential concept. Like, the Terminator is still scarier physically than a Dalek. The Dalek is just, it is an R2-D2 with a butt probe. But on an but the existential, the Whovians who weren't already pissed off at Tom Baker, that's it. They're done with me. I can never set foot in the UK again.
I just want that on a T-shirt now, though. Just that saying, and that's it. Let people question it.
But they're as an adult, they're existentially.
Right now, will we still have time to do it today?
Oh,
yeah.
Tell her hi.
Come here. Come say hi.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay.
She's like, I'm not amused now, Dad.
Good night. Goodbye. I love you. Go upstairs.
Okay, that's you did my
well, maybe we should do that last giveaway and let you actually be able to return to family life.
Oh no, it's fine. But the video or giveaway.
Let's do another giveaway.
How do we want to do it?
Well, I don't know. I wanted to incorporate his social media, make it really fun. Let's see.
Okay.
You know what? We got
next one who likes the YouTube channel or something, or
Jeremy, do you have access to that data offhand? So that we'd be able to tell?
That would be. You know what? I don't know if it tells me necessarily. It tells me. I think it doesn't tell me when I get new subscribers. Next person leaves
Toxic says, "Sorry, Jeremy. The heart of gold goes to her."
I guess maybe the next one who leaves a comment on one of my YouTube videos, because that I can pull up.
Ooh, okay. There we go. All right.
You know what? We have to make sure they leave a comment that involves. They just have to mention crypto comics. Don't type in the URL because it'll block them from doing it. But if you type in, I loved your interview on crypto. I love your conversation with the crypto comics guys. That's that first person who posts that on my my YouTube.
Okay.
All right.
So on the YouTube, let me copy that real quick.
Go here. Go to.
So comments. Links in the chat. Everybody needs to go. And then Jeremy, you can just shout it out whenever you see that somebody's done it, or let us know here in this chat. And that way, Jeremy can follow up on it. That might be a little bit easier.
Right. No, I was able to pull it on my phone.
And if I'm not mistaken, this is for a signed copy of Morningstar 1, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited about that one. So, Jeremy, you're finishing up.
So bad.
I know. You have it broke my heart when he was like, "Oh, have him send it to the office," but I want to send it to my house.
I know. Well, there's a reason we have everything sent to the office. It's us. Yeah. We are the reason. Creators would be like, "Dude, I sent you 2 books. How come you didn't do any giveaways?" And I'd be like, "I have no idea what happened to them." Or I'd just be like, "Oh, somebody won. Yeah, a guy named Andrew won."
It's funny because I sent the giveaway books the same day that I sent the print for you, Matt. So I have no idea what. I don't know why you're getting hated on.
UPS, they just hate me for some reason. So you're actually finishing up with the last issue of Morningstar right now, right?
I am. I've got it up on my iPad.
So what can you tell us about it without any spoilers?
And do I have a cameo?
I'll slap your face. I'll slap your face on a demon. It won't be a far stretch for me.
I will legit get that tattooed. I shit you not. It is on. And when people are like, why would you tattoo yourself as a demon? I'm like, all right, sit down. Let me tell you a little story.
Once at the dawn of time, the universe was a raw, untamed frontier.
So I'd like to show off your Patreon while you're talking about the new book. So that people
please do.
Where they can go and help support. However, I am getting a nice little, are you 18 and over? Is this going to be unsafe for me to show this on the screen?
It is completely safe to show on the screen. The reason why my channel always says, ask if you're 18 or over, is because I post a lot of figure drawing work, and they're working from nude models. So, but it's like looking at drawings or models in a museum. There's studies for anatomy and figures. And I see Toxic. Toxic won this one too.
Oh man, Toxic just put in the chat too. I put a comment. I want it all.
Well, that's good. You can send the books in one package.
All right.
Thank you, Toxic. I appreciate it.
So
there we go.
Can you bring this up full screen so we can really see the Patreon?
Well, you just don't want to see my face. I get it. Yeah.
Column B.
So, for anyone that isn't currently familiar with what Patreon is, this gives you the capability of subscribing to a creator, and getting backstage access. I guess is the best way of putting it, right, Jeremy?
Yes. I try to make you. Basically, I try to bring you to my drawing table. I share everything I'm making and what I'm studying and the process behind the comics. It's all there for you to see.
Nice.
Yeah, this is really cool stuff. And so as you can see, he puts like his live streams up beforehand. And as I mentioned earlier, live streams are way, way cool.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Frazier on chat says, Toxic, please spread the word in the UK. So glad you won.
Yes. Thank you, Toxic.
That's pretty cool, man. That's really cool.
Yeah, on my on the Patreon, I usually do two live streams a month that are just public for everybody, and then I do an additional bonus live stream just for my patrons, and it's what I call my art book study group. I basically just share with them. I have a lot of art books, and many of them are unopened, like educational art books. So what I realized is I keep buying these books and thinking I'm going to become a better artist if I study them. But if I don't study them, if I never open the books, I'm not going to learn what's in there. So I started doing a thing with my patrons where I will go through and I just have the book on the table. I talk with them. They ask me questions. I do sketches and I show them this is how I actually study the content in there, because I don't sit there and copy to try and make an exact replica of the drawing I'm looking at. What I do is I sketch to analyze. I draw to understand what are the concepts they're teaching here and how can I figure this out. Like if they're talking about anatomy, like I'm trying to sketch to understand it, not to duplicate what's there. And I share that process with my patrons because a lot of them are fellow artists as well. So I do that. And then I have a tier that I added recently for giving critiques and feedback. So people can send me up to like 3 images a month. And then I'll get on a live stream that I'll record, or just sometimes I do it on Discord where they send it to me, I draw over and send it back to them. But if I get to the point where we've got enough people doing it that I can do a whole hour's worth, then I'll just open up everybody's work. It's almost like they're sending me their homework and I'm grading it in front of them.
That's great.
That is awesome.
Which somebody told me that's kind of intimidating, and I can totally see that. But again, the attitude I have is not about you did this wrong, you suck, these kind of things. It's very much of me trying to look at their work and say, I see what you're trying to do. Let me try and help you do it better. So it's less of a.
I was going to say, with your
scolding.
personality, yeah.
I mean, it can be. Critique is a scary thing for all creators. We're really afraid of being judged. Every time we put our drawings out in public, it feels. I know great artists. I know great artists who refuse to have an Instagram because they're afraid of putting their work on social media, just because they don't want to be judged by people. They don't want to get any negative comments. And that kind of stuff is out there, but more often than not, the more that you're trying to share that's interesting, or even if it's not very good, but you're trying to share to learn, people pick up on that. And if you put out positivity comes back to you. There's always going to be negative people out there, and you guys got to be like a running back and just sort of like just off to the side, like I'm going around you. No, I ain't dealing with that. Yeah.
One of the interesting things I noticed on here, Jeremy, is that on the $2 a month one, you have layered PSD files listed as one of the benefits for that. Mm-hmm. So are you actively sending out PSD files that people can actually go through and kind of see your step-by-step process and see it in real, like, firsthand?
Yeah. I've only got a few that I've put up so far, but that's something. Mostly, I've seen other artists doing that as a reward, and I thought to myself, "Oh, I should probably start sharing those, just so that people can check it out." So, and
I hadn't seen that before.
This is the first time I've seen it.
Well, I don't see it so much with comic creators. I see it with a lot of illustrators. There's other illustrators that I follow on Patreon. I see the work that they do, and the layered files is a pretty common reward. So I wanted to start adding that. And to be honest, you've reminded me that I think I've maybe only shared one since I added it, because that wasn't in there when I started my Patreon. I think I've only shared one. So I actually should probably go back and grab a couple of old Morningstar pages and toss those up there so people can see how I did it. No, this is good. Everything is a chance to be better. I look at everything under a positive view. I don't look at it as, I messed up. I look at it as, this is a way I can be better. Thank you for the reminder.
Toxic on YouTube says. Go ahead, Matt.
No.
Lord. All right. Toxic on YouTube says, now, if people hate me, that's understandable. If you talk about me for years because I joined after fandom and win every time, but that's legacy I want to leave behind.
There's nothing...
Says, telling people about you daily. Thank you, Toxic. Appreciate it.
There is nothing wrong with leaving the legacy of being a winner. There's nothing wrong with that.
So one thing, I signed up for your newsletter, and it did the typical go into your email and kind of authenticate it. So I did that, and then I was actually really surprised that right away there was bam, here's a copy of a sketchbook. I was like, oh, holy crap! So I think I messaged Fry right away. I was like, dude, check out what I just got! This is awesome. So you do give away a lot of really cool stuff, man.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? Actually, go ahead and throw a link to the newsletter. It's just newsletter.gerimi.net. Toss that in there. I send out a newsletter once a month, but I'll occasionally send out additional just notifications when I'm doing a live stream. For instance, I'm actually going to send an email out later this evening to remind people of the live stream that I have coming up this Sunday. But the main thing about the newsletter is that we all have people that we follow on Twitter, follow on Instagram, follow on Facebook, and then we never see any of their stuff. Social media algorithms will they weigh stuff differently. Maybe they're like, we're not showing unless you boost it. Maybe it's just you're following so many other people that the one thing they put just gets dropped in the stream and whoosh, it's gone by, you never see it. So for me, the idea with the newsletter is that once a month, I just collect, a link to maybe one of the previous month's live streams, some of the pages that I posted on social media, the animated GIFs of the works in progress, so I can let people know how Morningstar is coming along. Plus a little bit of just writing, like a little short blog post. Hey, welcome back. That's
Jeremy, and Fry.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the way that you do that summary. You know what I mean? It's very handy. You're right. You see a lot more of what you've got going on every month than you would by just following your Twitter or something like that. So I appreciate that you do that, man. It's cool. Plus, as Matt said, you link into the sketchbook stuff like that, and I don't care who you are, man. That's something cool to get. So if you guys have a chance, go to Gerimi.net, sign up for his emails because they're awesome. They're super cool. We should have done that as a the thing for the giveaway. I think we'll sign up for that.
Yeah.
But so Rose on YouTube says, why is it saying Top Chat 2? When is the next time you're on? And all the podcasts at 2 a.m. UK. I think the Top Chat is a feature that YouTube is currently kind of rolling out here and there. Basically, it just shows that like the people that comment the most, things like that you rhythm to kind of showcase those comments. But I'm not sure as far as what time we come on in the UK. I believe it would be 2 a.m., but I'd have to look that up. Yeah, we're kind of still trying to figure out our best time slot. Yeah. But you can keep in mind that you can always watch the shows, or in your case, Rose, listen
the replay.
On the replay the following day or through the rest of the week, or go back on. Like we said earlier, this is the second one we've done with Jeremy. The first one we went really into detail about him and his history in comics and how he puts the comics together and all that kind of stuff. So this time we're just having fun because I get to fangirl. I'm taking advantage of it. So we're just going to sit and make an hour-long commercial for all of his cool stuff because I like to look at it. Toxic says, Fry, all right, we're going to do a giveaway. Also, Fry, we're going to call him so that you guys have a chance. I would not do that.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to tell you one thing, Fry. I'm always one to jump on a good idea, but I'm also one to pay forward and tell other people use that good idea. You're totally right that we should have used first person to sign up for my newsletter. Would have been great for the giveaway. So when you have future creator spotlights, ask them if they have a newsletter and use that as one of the things for their giveaway, so that people can follow that as well. Use that. Don't just. It's like I like that. We should have used it, but other creators can benefit from what we've learned. So definitely use that.
We are always growing around here, as you can tell. Toxic says you guys are on at 2 a.m. That's right, Toxic's in the UK. So, and then Rose says you guys are 7 hours behind the UK, or are we? Yeah. I guess no other way. I was going to make like 1776.
We're 7 hours behind.
We run on bacon time here in the United States.
Wow, that's delicious. I haven't had bacon since
now you're
going to
make me hungry, man.
These guys probably are.
I'm going to have to have some bacon.
I'm going to throw a link to that.
Yesterday.
I'll throw a link up to that Patreon, just so that if anybody's interested, you can go over. I love the fact that even at like $2 a month, man, you can help support Jeremy and get a lot of stuff done. And I know that, I mean, any creator, normally they've got a day-to-day job, they've got all that kind of stuff. They're trying to do this stuff on the side, trying to make their dreams happen. So it gives you a really inexpensive way of being a part of it, seeing how everything's coming together. Like he said, the new book for Morningstar that I'm very excited about, and I wish it was done.
Me too.
I can't wait to see how it ends, man. I love it.
So the more of you that go and join his Patreon, the faster I get to read comics.
Yes. Faster everybody gets to read comics because it's going to be on Crypto Comics.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, for everybody. I'm going to be a little greedy on this one. Toxic says, you know what? I'll sign up the newsletter for you, Jeremy.
Thank you, Toxic. I appreciate it.
Like I said, man, that sketchbook that you get right away from signing up for that is so awesome. I love it.
Very cool stuff. Very cool. What other links we got here? We got an Instagram. Ooh. Dude, your Instagram looks so much cooler than mine. I'm serious. Look at this.
That's because he posts stuff.
I've got like 3 pictures of tacos on my Instagram, I think. Something like that. It's pretty sad.
Tacos are delicious, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes I question my own adoration and love for tacos.
Never question your love for tacos. Ever.
This is great, man. I love how you snap different shots of like the entire process. You know? Going through from sketches to inks and darkening everything up, and then your outlines, and it's cool.
Well, a large part of it is me just demystifying the creative process. Because, I mean, even people who, like, for instance, younger people that are just getting into art, if you're, like, high school, college age, you're just like, I don't know where to start. Like, they make cool, like, doodles on their folders and their notebooks, but they don't necessarily know how to start in terms of actually making full-on art. And I just try to encourage them. Like here's this is what I start with. Here's my rough sketch. Here's how it fills out. Here's me inking, and here's how I build up the line weights, and you can just watch the thing take shape, take form.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is great, man. Oh, there's the Mad Hatter again.
He keeps creeping up.
So cool. I didn't know you were doing masks, bro.
Which mask?
Oh. The face coverings.
Oh, those. Yeah. Well, you know what? I use a service to print those for me, and I only just took a few of them and made them just to see how they did, and because I figured the COVID thing is going on. Oddly enough, they didn't take off right away, so I just left those 3 designs up, and I figure if they start moving more, then maybe I'll add some extra designs. But for now, I just left it with just those 3.
Are they on the site? Are they under apparel? What we got? Yeah, under apparel.
Yeah,
that's cool. $20. Come on, that is awesome.
So face covering there.
I feel like I need this in my life. You can be safe and stylish and show your love for Jeremy all at the same time.
That is what we call a win-win-win. And as Toxic knows, we love a winner.
3 level.
Yep.
Okay, and then past that, for everybody that's loving DeviantArt, I'm going to throw the link up for DeviantArt as well. So let's see. And Rose asked on YouTube, are you going to be doing the next fandom in 2 weeks? We mentioned that earlier. I'm not sure if we're going to be doing that or not. Probably. I don't see why not. I had a lot of fun.
We'll probably decide by Monday.
Yeah,
we'll decide
if we are going to be doing it, you'll see us schedule it up. So, yeah, we had a lot of fun doing that. So, I think maybe we should try to get like other creators on with it as well. I think that'd be cool.
Oh yeah,
that's what we need to do. We need to be like Jeremy. Come and make fun of Walmart Alfred with us.
Walmart Alfred. What's Walmart Alfred?
Oh man, I don't know if I can even bring and show it. Can I?
Wait,
we did the DC fandom live, like the live event that they put out, and we just restreamed it, and we were talking about what we thought with everything, and talking to the chat and stuff like that during the whole process. And towards the end, they're talking about the Batman movie, and what's putting this the guy gets up there and he just starts speaking so quickly that, I mean, you would probably be the only person on the face of the planet to hold a conversation with this human being. This guy was just going, Jeremy. I mean, 100 miles a minute, just nuts. Basically telling you everything about the new movie. And the chat started going with essentially like meme ideas. It's the only way to put it. Just everybody in that chat was hilarious. And like, it got so bad that Jared and I had to mute ourselves because we were laughing so hard you couldn't hear the stream over us laughing the entire time for like a solid like 10 to 15 minutes. It was ridiculous. Let's see here. Leslie on Facebook says, "Oh, I like that." I think was talking about the face covering. Yeah, go to Gerimi.net. Actually, go to Gerimi.net. Because if I say Jeremy,
I spell it. Yeah, I spell it almost every time I say it because they're never gonna find it. So
yeah,
I mean, on one hand, it's like on one hand, it's one of those things where it's unique and easy to Google. On the other hand, once people figure out how to spell it, they'll always be able to find me. But it's that first initial pass of getting people to getting them there.
And they'll never forget it after that too, which is also pretty great.
Exactly.
God, you get so much cool stuff on social media. I keep falling onto social media. Somebody give me.
What's funny is a lot of it, people are often like, how am I so productive? And it's not necessarily that I'm productive, it's that I'm persistent. I've been doing it for a long time. It's like I published my first graphic novel over a decade ago, and then ever since then, I'm always sharing something I'm working on. Either it's Morningstar, or it's some new print that I'm working on, or occasionally I'll work on a little side project, a little short story here and there. And I just, it's really a trickle. It's just a few images each week. Like most of the stuff I actually post 5 days a week on Patreon, so my patrons always get new stuff. And then I will take the stuff from the previous week and I'll share maybe 2/3 of that will get shared with the public, but they get shared with it like a week later. So the patrons get all the stuff in advance. And then there's other stuff that I keep, another third of it that I keep that's private just for them.
But that's so cool.
But it's just doing it for a number of years. So it's a war of attrition.
How many hours a week do you spend just managing your social media?
Oh, well.
Yeah. We don't talk about this.
I would probably say it's really... I try to keep it to less than an hour a day. And that really is literally less than an hour a day, because it maybe takes... this is the kind of stuff that I could start farming off to like a virtual assistant. It's just that I don't necessarily have I change stuff up enough that I don't know if I have a workflow that'd be easy for me to hand off to someone. But I'd say really I spend maybe like 20 minutes a day posting stuff, and then maybe 10 to 20 minutes a day responding to comments generally. And then I probably...
18 of that is to me. He's like, I'll do it. Dang.
I would actually say no. Responding to general comments, it really is maybe like 5 minutes a day. And then the rest of the time is... I don't look at it as managing social media. But it's more of interacting with people on my Discord server for my Patreon, because those are the people who, like, a lot of them on my YouTube, following my YouTube channel for years, or they've been following my work or following my newsletter for years, and it's just a matter of I don't look at it like social media interaction. I look at it as like just talking with the people that are supporting me. I look at it like hanging out with my friends, because that's really what it is.
Okay.
It's like building the relationship where the same way you've got people that show up in the chat week in, week out, and are always there to comment and you get to know each other a little bit. It's like that. That's how it is on my Patreon. These are the people who've got my back over a number of years, and they said, you know what, I'm going to kick you down a few bucks just because I like the work you're doing and I want to support. And some of them, they go into more advanced stuff, and I start, spending more time. It's weird working as a teacher, because it's not something I never necessarily ever thought of myself as being. But for me, I don't think of myself as a formal teacher. I think of myself as showing my process of figuring things out. So, but yeah, it's more. That's usually something where it's like maybe 20 minutes a day. Some days it's quiet, we're not chatting, and some days we're on there like just talking about new, like maybe it's a trailer that popped up and we're all talking about it. Sometimes we're talking about specific art things. Sometimes they'll ask me a question. I actually have to go and do some research. I'm like, I'll bring up an art book and say, well, I found this on there and study it. So some days I end up spending an hour or two. So realistically, it's probably less than an hour a day that I spend on all of that. The Patreon, the Discord, social media, all of it, it's less than an hour a day.
Nice.
Okay.
In chat on YouTube, Toxic says, petition for Jeremy to be part of the group. I think he's talking about for the DC fandom event. That could be fun. Get like a whole bunch of indie creators together and just be like, all right, we're going to crash the DC event. Let's see what happens.
Now, see, I didn't watch any of it when it was live. I just watched Twitter and saw when like the new trailers dropped and just watched trailers I was interested in. Is this something like, is the fandom something where you're actually, you're not just watching a presentation, you're actually interacting with the DC people?
No, it's just a presentation is the way DC does it.
Okay.
They do theirs a little differently. It's basically all pre-recorded, pre-rendered kind of stuff. It's still pretty cool. And I have a feeling that they're going to keep doing fandom events just because they get a lot of interaction. Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, it's
all
it's
five
not...
employees of DC are, going to be
on the video. Oh.
Jim Lee and his 4 assistants.
He's got more than that.
He probably does.
Too soon.
Well, I think I'm going to wrap this stream up, guys. We've been on for almost 2 hours, and I know, Jeremy, that you like to go and eat supper with the missus, and
yes,
we always tend to keep you away from that. So
me and
I'm
my
going to
West
apologize,
Coast...
but I don't know how much I really mean it because, I like it too.
It's always a pleasure getting a chance to hang out with you guys, to catch up, talk. So it's good times.
Yeah, we always have some fun. That's the way it should be, though. This is a fun career path. We should all have a good time. So, yeah. So if anybody watching the stream hasn't yet, make sure you go to cryptocomics.com/u/Jeremy. Sign up for free right now. Test out in our beta. Read a bunch of Jeremy's books. Leave reviews for them. That way,
please leave reviews.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
As soon as we flip the switch, which is coming very, very soon, then all those reviews will help other comic book readers find what they're looking for. So, yeah, Toxic on YouTube says, wow, almost 4 a.m. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm sure you're thankful. You won like 3 things tonight.
Now, Toxic, you can sleep and dream of comics coming in the post.
I know.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to start telling other creators and be like, can you send duplicates of everything? That way we have one for Toxic and one for everybody else. Because unless it says brutal.
He's gonna be on a lot of mailing lists.
I know.
Which is a good thing.
Toxic's just gonna be like, I don't even have to buy comics anymore. I just watch these guys stream and win everything. Don't do that. Go out and support the creators, man. Absolutely go and support the creators. They make the good stuff. So
thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us today. And it's always a pleasure. I love having you on the show.
All right, guys. With that, we'll wrap it up. See you, everybody.
All right. Bye.
Bye.